Greetings and salutations, Morgan here with Seahawks Palaver, and what a game, right? Yesterday, taking on the New York City Giants and emerging victorious in a very satisfying manner, I must say. Now, even though they're 6-1, I wasn't huge believers in the Giants. They have won most of their games by kind of hanging around and taking advantage of mistakes at the end, or just getting really lucky the fourth quarter or whatever, and mainly just to hang on for their victories. And I don't think that's a sustainable way to play football. So I was not very shocked that we were able to beat them, but it was satisfying nonetheless in the manner in which we did so, which is a way that I haven't seen us play football in years. To be honest, the offense was dynamic. It wasn't just relying on the run game. The Giants have a very, very stingy defense. And they had great plays. I mean, Adoree Jackson played out of his mind, I thought, even though he's burned by Tyler Lockett on that one play. I thought he played fantastic. The defensive line was stout. Really, I thought the Giants played a great game. We just played better. We outplayed them and took advantage of mistakes when we could. I'm beside myself. There's so much motion in our offense, which I hadn't seen in a long time. Pete Carroll was not his usual conservative self. He went for the jugular a lot of times. Called two fourth down plays on the same drive even. I couldn't believe it, but it worked out. Got a touchdown. He's rewarded for that, which is good to see. So hopefully that will, keep him emboldened, right? But man, I can't. We were so aggressive, right? Even though we didn't convert a lot on our third downs, it seemed like it didn't really affect the offense much because we weren't really in third down very often. I mean, yeah, we think we're 3 for 13, but still, a lot of our pass plays went for first downs. It was so refreshing, so dynamic, especially that one responding drive. I think it was the third quarter. Maybe it was it was our first touchdown drive in the fourth quarter. 5 for 5 from Geno. No runs. When was the last time you saw that on a Pete Carroll touchdown drive? Right? No runs. 5 for 5, 75 yards, touchdown. It was amazing. I don't know what to say. Waldron's cooking up something I haven't seen before, right? I kind of feel like, when we're going back to the fourth down conversions, I kind of feel like I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, there's no chat, comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in the Atlanta playoff game during Russ's first season, I seem to recall that he went for it on fourth down once or twice and did not make it. And I kind of feel like he's spent 10 years not going for it on fourth down since then. So I'm hoping that he stays bold, and I hope that he shows that you can convert these into touchdowns, because it was just so refreshing, right? I feel like we had a modern team today, and I don't know where that came from, right? I guess he's still basically sticking to his core philosophies, but I don't know what to tell you. It just looks so different. It just does. I think a lot of it is attributed to the offensive line not giving up the instant fail pressure that it had so often in the past. Charles Cross, I think he gave up a sack today, but otherwise was really solid. Abe Lucas is amazing. We did give up a sack because Travis Homer, I think, blew an assignment, but that's just gonna happen sometimes. And otherwise, he was amazing. Our special teams performed excellently, and I don't think it's a coincidence that he comes back out of the team and we perform a lot better. I wouldn't expect to force 2 fumbles every week. I feel kind of bad for Richie James. I'm sure him being carted off the field off that second one, hanging his head. Yeah, he definitely contributed significantly to the Giants' loss. But our own Tyler Lockett, managed to fumble on the 2-yard line, and that gave them a short field too. So we had our share of short field touchdowns today. So I think it all kind of evened out a little bit at the end. We were only called for 3 penalties, which is amazing. Games are so much more fun when they're not a flag fest. Am I right? Right. The Giants got flagged 6 times, but I don't think that penalties influenced this game at all, which is nice to see. There was a really bad, DK had his arm pinned by the cornerback. That was an obvious DPI that they missed, but evidently it didn't end up impacting the game at all. But that was a brutal miss, right? I mean, I think anyone could have seen that his arm was being held down, but c'est la vie, I guess. We live to fight another day. Who else can I call out has playing really well? The tight ends, Noah Fant had a really nice reception to convert a first down. Disley played out of his mind. Not a lot in the reception category, but he blocked amazingly. Converted some first downs, forced a fumble, or did he recover the fumble? I think he forced the first one, recovered the second one. I don't remember, but I remember him being involved in both special teams recoveries. And I was wondering about the contract he signed in the offseason. I'm like, wow, they didn't structure this in a way that would, save us money if we cut him. But I guess they're like, you know what, we're not planning on cutting him. I think that he's going to contribute in many different phases of the game. And I guess it kind of goes to show that sometimes people on the staff know more about a player than we do. Who'd have thunk it, right? And then Geno, man, I don't know. Smooth, cold as ice, unflappable. Got a first down with his legs in the fourth quarter to keep the drive alive. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. He's playing lights out. Only 5.2, I think, yards per pass today, but you wouldn't have noticed it. You wouldn't notice that the yards per catch was so low or yards per attempt was so low because we won in such a handy fashion, and the game looked easy, right? I was never worried. Even when we were tied up, it never really looked like the Giants were a threat. We bottled up Saquon Barkley, David Jones, not even a worry. Bruce Irvin played out of his mind, right? This 34-year-old dude picked up off the street playing for the veteran minimum. Might be lacking the speed he once had, but the savvy and his ability to read the defense, choosing the right angles all the time, his use of leverage, the way he knocked the quarterback into Saquon Barkley for that massive loss in the end. What a play, right? Bruce Irvin is playing out of his mind, and it is really cool to see. Kobe Bryant had some good tackles. Quandre Diggs started tackling again. It seems like up to this season he's been making a lot of business decisions not to sacrifice himself. But man, that one tackle against the Giants tight end, Kobe Bryant had slowed him down a little bit, and then he allowed the first down, unfortunately. But Diggs came in and just walloped him. I mean, the audible impact was amazing. Michael Jackson was a tackling machine today. I love to see tackling from the cornerback position. He was lights out. Woolen was a blanket. Allowed a couple of receptions, but they were close, man. He had a couple shots at INTs too, but also had a really nice pass breakup. I can't say more. I can't say enough about this team, the way they played yesterday. And I think a lot of it was because, there wasn't a lot of laundry being thrown around the field by the refs, and it's able to, you see the flow of the game a lot better. It just is more exciting for the fans. So that was kind of cool that they dialed it down a little bit yesterday. But an amazing victory. And I guess now we're moving on to Arizona next week. In that, I think the first thing we have to do is send some exorcists over to the stadium and see if we can burn some sage over the field or something, because I don't want any more injuries ruining anyone's season or careers anymore, because there's not a good record, over down there in Arizona. So hopefully I just want to come up with a victory and no injuries, and I think that's the goal for next week. I don't care if we win by a point, as long as no one is out for the season because of that stupid field. All right, guys, thank you. I appreciate it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Send me a like and a subscribe, because I would appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. Bye.